Hi everyone, it's me, Arielle, and it's Wednesday Warriors, and today I'm going to be talking about what you can do for yourself while waiting to begin treatment of any kind, or if you're in between treatments. Whether you are waiting for treatment or between treatments due to finances or waiting lists or insurance or any other kind of reason. There are always things that you can do to help yourself in any situation, especially with eating disorder recovery, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to find this helpful. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the term toolbox or coping bank. I talked about coping banks before in various videos. I'm not sure which ones they were because it wasn't a video specifically devoted to the concept of a coping bank. But basically, it's something that you can go to when you're having the urge to binge or the urge to purge or the urge to starve or restrict or do any other kinds of eating disorder behaviors. And it can be a bucket, a bag, a box, a container of any kind that you can decorate or you can leave plain. It's completely up to you, but in it you would put pieces of paper that would list activities or ideas that you would do to distract you or keep your mind off of you, or basically help you to make healthy decisions and to cope healthfully instead of turning to eating disorder behaviors. My cat wants to be in the video. Hey, buddy. I've given examples before. When I used to have a coping bank years ago, some of the things in mine were watch a Shirley Temple movie, because Shirley Temple films are something that always cheer me up and put me in a better mood and are kind of just a comfort thing for me. So I would have that in there to select when I really needed something to make me feel better that wouldn't be harmful to myself. And I also would put other things in there like take a walk or call a friend, very simple things. You can think of more specific things that are tailored to you and your likes and your needs, like my Shirley Temple movie concept. So the coping bank is obviously a great tool to have. Other things that you can do for yourself are to make sure that you have a valid support system. And that might mean just recognizing who in your life you can turn to for help and support when you need it. It might be something more concrete if you have issues with feeling safe or suicidal tendencies, that you will have a page in the beginning of your journal or in your notebook or planner or date book or somewhere where you go or have with you a lot, that will say, these are people I can call when I am in desperate need. And you're going to actually list all of the people that you can call and their phone numbers, so that you will never have a moment where you have to think of who to call. You'll never have to find a number. And you'll always have that with you. If you want it to be a card that you keep in your wallet instead of a page inside of the front of your journal, but it should be a place that you can easily find. You don't have to hunt for those numbers, and it's going to be a list that's going to stare you in the face when your mind isn't really in a position to think. Part of helping yourself is taking responsibility for your actions and for your life. And I did do a video about taking responsibility for yourself. I'm going to post the link to that. There are lots of supplemental services that you can get when you're waiting for actual treatment or counseling or things like that. For example, support groups, often they're free. Some might have a donation. Mine does not. It's a free service. You have to contact me. It's privatized, and I do basic screenings and things like that. And it's capped so that it stays productive, because there's only a certain number of people that the group is limited to. But support groups are a really great supplemental thing that you can do for yourself. Support group might not be right for you. Everyone's different. Also, depending on who's leading the support group, who's in the support group, a support group can be a help or a hindrance. Also, support groups don't always fit into everyone's schedule. Sometimes there's none nearby, but it is an option to think about. Something else you really want to do before starting treatment or in between services is to really think about what you want to get out of the service that you're waiting for or the service that you're not ready to start yet. If you go into something knowing what you want out of it, you're going to be so much more prepared and you will get more out of that service. If you're paying for it, if you want to take matters into your own hands, if you want to put yourself first, make eating disorder recovery a priority, it's important to recognize what you can do while you are in services. And sometimes it's good to have a little break in between services so that you can sort of self-reflect and assess. If you just go into things winging it or with the attitude that they're just going to take over and help me, you're going to either find yourself, when all is said and done, too reliant on services, and not really able to help yourself after the services are done, or you're not even going to get the full benefit of the services to begin with because you're not putting in the right amount of effort. Even though there are services and the purpose is to serve you, there's still an element of effort that needs to be put into these things, or you're not going to, or you won't obtain recovery, and you won't secure recovery, and you really won't be taking responsibility for yourself. I think it's important when you're in between services or waiting for services to start, not to give up on yourself. Don't get the attitude that people or the services have given up on you, so you should just give up on yourself. In fact, the complete opposite is true. If you don't have anything else going for you, you are all you've got, and you need to give it your all because there's nothing more important than your life and your health. I'm going to post some other supplemental videos of mine that really relate to this topic. I do hope you'll check them out since this video is a rather short one this week. Just as a funny side note, since I'm always so serious and professional in my videos, my little special cat Tumbler has been sitting here watching me almost the entire time, and he seems to be completely transfixed by this eating disorder recovery video, so I thought I would point him out to you and how he's been looking at me. Hi, buddy. You watching me? Are you watching me? He supports me. And I hope you're all doing wonderfully out there, and if you're not, I hope things start looking up soon. I will see you next time.